Good morning and welcome to Elvin Acres Farm. We are here today working on the chicken coops. We couldn't quite decide which chicken coop to use, so we decided we're just going to make it one big coop and let the chickens decide where they want to be. And this side here faces the southeast, and so get some warmth and sun in the morning. It's got this set up here. I'm not sure why. There's this part that goes up and then over. This had some rotted out chicken wire here, and so we were thinking of replacing that if we were going to use this coop. But then we were looking at the other coop on the other side there and realized we could probably just take out all this chicken wire and the chicken wire over on the other side there and make it one big coop. And then we would just take up this old chicken wire here, and this could be roosting spots for them if they want to. So that's the plan. Let's rip out all this old chicken wire here, open it up for them, and the other one, there's some roosting boxes and some roosting poles that have to be put back up. The roosting boxes have to come down until we have them ready, until they're ready to lay eggs. So these will come out. It looks like they're just screwed in with a couple of screws, so should be pretty easy to move. And then planning on moving them over to this wall, most likely, so that we can access them externally without having to come into the coop. So when we put them back up, that's where we're going to put them, I think. And then over here we have the roosting poles. This one's fallen down a bit, so we'll put that one back up nicely. But this one's pretty sturdy, so that one's gonna be fine. Haven't quite figured out why there's this chain with a old bucket of cement attached here. I don't know if this is for them to pick on and sharpen their beaks or something maybe, or what that possibly could be. But that's one of the other things we have to hook up in here is the water and the feed. Get that up, set up on some chains for them. So it's up off the ground. And then I think I saw somewhere about these, that some kind of shelf. I don't know if this is just another nesting box or, but I thought I saw something about some kind of special shelf in a chicken coop. So I need to research that and see if I can figure that out. And right away, I don't think we need to do too much about the walls, but we'll probably in these sections, we'll figure out where the birds end up spending the night most of the time. But we might try and weatherproof these walls just a little bit more for them. This is an old tobacco barn, so it's made to have a lot of airflow coming through, but the chickens probably won't like that too much. So I think overall it's not going to be terrible the way it is, but depending on how they act and behave and what we can get ready for them, we'll try and fix that up. The other thing we need to do is fill in these holes that the whistle pig's been digging. We've got a groundhog that's been coming through here, making underneath our barn his home. So we'll fill those up for now and see what we need to do about him, if anything. I'm not sure if groundhogs go after chickens or chicken eggs or not. I wouldn't think they would, so I'm not too worried just right away, but we'll look that up just before we put the chickens out here, make sure. If he has to be relocated, he'll be relocated. So that's the project, and we'll let you watch us do some of the work. Well, we had a little bit of excitement with the chicken coop we started working on. Joseph and I heard some bees in the loft up above, and so we went up there and we're trying to look around and see if we could find where they were. There's some strange boxes up there that have hinges. I'm not sure if they were for putting hay in or something. It doesn't seem like something could get down deep into them, so we'll have to figure out what those are about. As we were up there, we didn't seem like we disturbed any bees. Nothing, no big bunches of bees started coming around at us or anything. But eventually one black bee came flying around us, and we kind of jumped over to the other end of the loft. And from there, we were kind of standing watching for a little bit, and then eventually I did get stung on my back. And so Joseph was awesome, ran to the house and got the afterbite for me, and I went ahead and eventually climbed down once the stinging dissipated a little bit, and came back down the ladder. And as I was coming down, Joseph came out with the afterbite, so that helped a lot. And then I was just back in the coop down below. I didn't think I was disturbing anything, and all of a sudden another bee appeared, and I started running for it, and still it got me on the back, on the shoulder this time. So not sure what we're gonna do about the bees. I think it'll be a fight for another day. I'm in the middle coop here, taking a look at that and getting the roosting poles set up. They were a little bit loose, so put another board down below to support on both sides. I also got the nesting boxes out, and so those were all clear. And I did find a nice section of chain that'll be good for hanging at least the food or the water. Not sure. It's probably enough here for one for food, one for water, I think. Yeah, that's definitely long enough. So that'll work well for that. It's nice finding this stuff in the barn and around, not have to go out and buy more stuff or anything, of course. One of the other things that Joseph and I found upstairs was a pipe that has a bunch of little watering nipples that the chickens just peck at a little bit, and they'll get some water out of it. So they haven't used that before, so we'll have to set it up and see if we can get them to start using it. It needs a little bit of work, it looks like. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 nipples on it, and I don't think we need one for each bird, just about. So we might just cut it down a little bit. Some of the nipples are broken, but it's a pretty straightforward design. It's up here. So the chicken just dabs at this, and some water comes out for him. So I don't know if these are supposed to be up and down or sticking out like this. Might kind of work any which way, I'm not sure. We'll play around with it, but like I said, it's this big long pipe that's got a bunch of them on there. So and it's mounted with a kind of an upside down Y here, so that the birds don't get up on top of it, I think. So it's probably just supposed to be vertical like this. So we'll see how that goes. Oops, it's up there. There we go. So like I said, we'll figure out what we're gonna do about the bees. They're up on this section here. I'll put the camera up, 1 second. Section over there, there's some boxes beyond that table that are made of wood that I think is where their hive must be, but I'm not quite sure. I moved one of them, and again, like I said, didn't scare anything up immediately, so but we did get most of the chicken wire off the top section and the one side here, so I think I can do the rest from the other side. And when we go into town, we'll get something to take care of the bees, hopefully. I need to get the rest of this chicken wire here. So I'll probably do that before I take a break for lunch, and I have some other projects to do today too. So now there's a bee over in the corner, it looks like, maybe over by that sign. So that's what's going on here at 11 Acres today. Thank you very much for listening and watching, and we'll talk to you later. Take care.